the private bank, Axis Bank, Ruchit. I believe that the first time Ruchit is joining in with us on Market Fatafat. So yes, welcome to Market Fatafat, Ruchit. And Axis Bank, what's the word for this one? Versus other banks, it's not seen that much of an outperformance, right? Axis Bank, could we expect it to start picking up pace now?
Yeah, very good afternoon to all of you. Banking space has been picking up space first of all, because if you look at last week, Nifty made a new all-time high, but Bank Nifty was still below that all-time high, and still it is. So I think we can clearly seeing a catch-up move in the banking space, and Axis Bank has been one of the stock which in recent corrective phase has not shown any kind of price-wise correction. The 20 EMA acted as a good support for the stock. Even the stock amongst the private sector bank, you compared with the other heavyweights such as ICICI, HDFC, Kotak. This is one stock which is the first one to make new all-time highs today. So clearly the momentum and the leadership is there with Axis Bank. Even in the derivatives data, we have seen good amount of open interest increase in the future segment. Call writers of 1180, 1200 options are looking to cover their positions. So I think short covering as well as combination of fresh build-up, technical breakout, all these are pointing at that the stock might do well in the near term and could be one of the leader to take Bank Nifty higher from current levels, and we could see the stock heading towards 1300 quite soon.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Axis Bank. Let's talk
ICICI Bank. Clearly, you are liking the banking space, Ruchit. You were mentioning also bank is seeing an upward move. So, what is the outlook for ICICI Bank in terms of the target that one should keep?
So I think many market participants are looking for such stocks or sector which has not yet moved or not yet given much returns. So there's a good room for up move. So that's why my focus is on banking space. ICICI Bank, this entire month of May, we have seen some sideways movement, which just seems to be a time-wise correction where the 50-day exponential moving average has been kept intact. The stock has not broken that level. In derivative segment today, what we can see that 4.5% rise in open interest, 1120, 1140, all call writers are covering the position. So that's why it's looking much positive. I think the stock should head towards 1180, 1200 kind of levels, maybe next 2 to 3 trading sessions only.
Switch gears to an IT name, Ruchit. TCS is what you've picked out for us. In terms of, obviously, we have seen that subduedness for all the IT companies in the last year. For TCS specifically, last 6 months, we've seen almost a 10% return. What are you expecting and envisaging in terms of the charts for TCS, and what is the target that you're keeping?
Yeah, so I'll cover both Nifty IT in a quick along with the TCS, because if you look at Nifty IT index, then it has underperformed a lot in last 2 quarters. But the index has managed to find a support around its 50% retracement level and has witnessed a decent bounce back in last few trading sessions. So I think specific IT names which has not performed well favors a good risk reward ratio to take some contra trades, and TCS is one of those. So when you are looking for banking stocks, one should look for stocks which are showing outperformance or which are forming new highs. But when you're looking for IT names or doing any kind of bottom fishing over here, so then I think it is a prudent strategy to look for stocks which are trading at the supports. And TCS is one stock which has completed its 50% retracement of the entire uptrend since the March 2023 lows to the recent high of March 2024, which was around 40 to 50. And so the risk reward ratio is quite favorable in taking some contra trades, but one should have some positional view, and one can expect a pullback move again towards 4100 kind of level. So if one can look for positional trades over here, then I think TCS offers a good risk reward ratio to take some contra trades.
Welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET. Now let's continue with the stocks that are moving in trade. And Ruchit, coming to you, let's talk about Dabur, and how is this one looking on the charts to you?
So it has gone through a long consolidation phase, but recently post the results, we witnessed a good price volume action where price up move was supported by very high volumes. Now the stock is on the verge of a breakout from this consolidation, and if it manages to give a closing above that 570 mark, then it could rally towards its previous swing highs, which were around 600, 610. So one stock to keep on watch list, breakout above 570 could be a good momentum buy for potential targets around 600 levels.
Keeping an eye out on Dabur after a consolidation. I want to talk about TVS Motors on the charts and technicals. Ruchit, last 6 months we've seen TVS Motor manage to give a decent return. We saw some bit of a dip coming somewhere in April, but post that again it's recovered. So any more signs that you see that a further recovery or a further up move is what one could expect for TVS Motors?
Yeah, so I think the dip that we witnessed in the month of April, we have not seen any kind of high volume based sell-off, and especially the entire two-wheeler space has done quite well in last 2 or 3 quarters. So the overall sectoral trend remains positive, and within that, TVS Motors has again started forming a high top, high bottom structure, which technically is a bullish sign. On Friday session, the stock gave a good closing above its previous swing high, which was around 2200, which was the resistance. So I think the stock should rally towards towards its new all-time highs. Previous highs was around 2313. So I think it is poised to cross that and surpass that level very soon.
All right, let's move on.
by 25. So, all of that is something that does impact Aurobindo Pharma, and a sharper fall. That's why we've seen in the stock, almost at the day's lowest point. Let's move on, talk about UltraTech Cement then, Ruchit. What is it that you're watching out on the technicals for this one, and what is the target that you're keeping?
So the stock made a high of around 10,500 in the month of December, and after December, since last 4.5 5 months, the stock has been in a long consolidation phase. And after forming a base around 9200, 9300 kind of levels, the stock has given a breakout from this consolidation on Friday. So here seems that amongst the large cap names, UltraTech would be one of the stock which within the cement space can take the leadership to take the other stocks also higher. And here the risk reward ratio is also quite favorable because we have already seen a time wise correction of 4.5 5 months. So I think with a support base of around 9900, one can keep a stop loss below that and keep some take some positional longs for potential targets around 10,800.